Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Move 15. Mike 51. Quit talking about it and bring it.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards.
Dick's moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that.
10. Here's Carson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the...
Should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And a big loss here as he's
keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
4 down. Check. Slam. 14.
This is Carson. And an alley to run. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 12 yards on the return that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah.
Laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 24, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 91 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run the counter. It's Carson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Defense wins championships, baby.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
What? Ready? Ready, bud. Not here. Double time.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
At the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got?
Here's Wilson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, There has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7, Seahawks nothing.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Tempo.
Now Wilson rolling to his left. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
On the Seahawks 31-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He wants it all for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot, maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It's our time.
Friday.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for...
It's caught inside the 25. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Now Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. From 21 yards away. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Frank Clark in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's going to run, but he's going to... And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline... Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Frank Clark, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. From the gun on third down, Wilson flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And an alley to run. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverages. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. Jennings was the one he was looking for. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
I'm here all day.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. It's complete to Diggs. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Mahomes now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Stephon Diggs. In the final seconds of the first half, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do. On the kickoff because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll line
their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
95, Mike, watch 95.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 23. It is. These guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Yellow. Man, that's trash. White, 64, weak, 52.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On the ready.
Mike 51. Double dog. That's the way. 51.
Second and 11. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic and now a fumble. The ball's out. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Brings up 2nd down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Again, it's Barkley. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
First down, Kansas City.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions.
Now Carson fumbles the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Stephon Diggs with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Will Parks. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes. And Diggs has it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in Newcastle, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10.
Watch left. He's stopping.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Frank Clark in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They'll set up a throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Let's go. Calm the crowd. X3, 218, chop it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be... First and goal at the 5-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
Come back.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Kill.
Hey, color. We got to go. Point right.
On the ground, it's Harris. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
No. Off.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Check.
43.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 43 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Harris, and he will get into the end zone. It's another.
Down my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point up and through, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They're going to look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll set up to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described,
the ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually